What's up, everyone? It's Wacko. Welcome you to week 1 of SDS season 12. Week 1. I probably already said that. I recorded like 2 games already and then realized that my capture card was plugged in and I was muted the entire time. So that was like 14 minutes of footage lost that like I could use, but you can't hear my reactions over them, and especially this first game is the one I've wanted to react to the most because these two people are two of our newer people in the league. So we have Cryptix, who this is his first draft league ever. So give your welcome applause to Cryptix. He's like an IRL friend that I had, and I was like, you know what, you should play draft, and he just kind of agreed to it, which usually I have to like beg and plead people to join this league, and the fact that he just kind of did, round of applause, everybody. On the other side, we have Jamesy, and I guess I would consider this his debut. He did take over a coach last season, like the last couple weeks, but I'm pretty sure he lost every game, and he also didn't even rebrand. So like I wouldn't really count that as like him playing. I think he was just kind of being nice enough to finish the season for someone. But now this is his own draft, and I'm excited to see how he plays with his own draft because I did give him #1 in PRs. I feel like maybe I could have not done that, but at the same time, I just found nothing like blatantly wrong with his team, and I have to give him props for that. So in this first matchup, we have Gliscor, Starmie, Weavile, Mega Aggron, Togekiss, and Electivire. No Breloom, no Tera Breloom, and no round 1 Zangoose. I believe he said that he didn't run Zangoose just to spite me for the fact that I said that he'd bring Zangoose like every week in slot 1. I thought he would, but you know what? Props to using your other Pokemon. On Jamesy's side, we have Tapu Fini, Buzzwole, Meowscarada, Victini, Iron Treads, and Thundurus Therian. I allowed Tera this season, but I guess neither of these guys wanted to use their Tera captains this week. Because it was Tera Meloetta, Tera Breloom, and Tera Zangoose, so yeah. Meowscarada's going to lead into the Aggron. Aggron's a decent lead here. Especially because I feel like Meow is such like an obvious lead in a lot of matches. We're just going to get up rocks. I suppose we have kind of a lot of things that could punish Treads. We're going to Ancient Power, and we're going to switch out on the Treads. Let's see Rapid Spin, which is kind of a risky play to switching Gliscor because we could have seen a knockoff. We could have seen an Ice Spinner. Could have seen a Heavy Slam into that Togekiss. I think Heavy Slam does kind of a lot to Gliscor, and then like an Ice Spinner from there would have knocked it out. A base Ice Spinner would not have knocked out Gliscor, but yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of works out eventually. We're going to see the EQ into Buzzwole, and Buzzwole switching is also risky because Gliscor gets Dual Wing Beat. I feel like if I was the Gliscor player, I probably would have run Dual Wing Beat or like Fling into Acrobatics maybe. If I really wanted to beat a Buzzwole, that is, but I suppose Gliscor has to do other things probably. We're going to see that Flip Turn into Meowscarada. I love this momentum grab for Cryptix. Especially because he hasn't really played Mon since like early Gen 8, probably. I think he knows what the Gen 9 Mons do, but I don't think he really plays too much. So he's still learning some stuff. I don't even think he knows like the whole type chart. I'm gonna be real. We're gonna see Electivire come right in on that Tapu Fini. We're gonna see Trailblaze. So we're seeing some Trailblaze tech here. So he does know about the Gen 9 moves. I will say that. We're gonna hard Ice Punch that Thundurus, who doesn't do too much to me, or too much, and also good bring on having Sludge Wave over Bomb. Does Thunder even get Sludge Bomb? I think it does. I think it gets both. But knowing that Sludge Bomb can't poison though, so we're gonna Power Up Punch. So now we have a Dragon Dance Evire basically, and Meowscarada is gonna say, "Nope, you have poor defense. Fuck you." Yeah, so that if that Meowscarada had no if it had no Sucker Punch, it probably would have been like pretty close to game for that Electivire. Although it has Power Punch and Trailblaze, so I don't really know how much stronger you could get. I guess you're probably not hitting Treads. I don't know, weird set. Weird set. We're gonna see Weavile come in on Meow, and Feeney's gonna come in on the knockoff. Weavile's gonna reveal that's Life Orb. So we got that Life Orb Weavile. I feel like we don't see that too much anymore. I've been enjoying Life Orb more as an item than I have in the past, but I think it's because the way I play is like a lot more offensive now. We're gonna see that flip turn into Meowscarada again after Psychic on the Feeny. But Meow is also just gonna U-turn like every time. We're gonna see Victini come in on the Body Press. And we're gonna see Starmie come in on the Bolt Strike. Yeah, so Cryptix didn't know that Victini got Bolt Strike. I feel like Victini is one of those mons where, like, I feel like I haven't seen this mon since, like, Gen 8. I don't think I've faced one at all in Gen 9, so I've kind of forgotten, like, what this thing does or, like, how you're supposed to use it. Because you just don't see it that much, but Bolt Strike is one of those things that does get, like, if you're gonna think about it, think about Reshiram and Zekrom. I would say they're also, like, the most forgettable of the, like, box art legendaries, but, like, it just gets strong coverage from both of them. Or, like, it just gets, like, their moves. So, like, you get Bolt Strike from Zekrom, you get, Blue Flare from Reshiram, but you also get, like, Steering... What is it? No, maybe that's all you get, and I think you get Glaciate from that Kyurem. But yeah, Starmie's gonna go down, Weavile's gonna come in. This is where a big misplay happens. We're gonna see the Bolt Strike doesn't KO Weavile. Weavile clicks Triple Axle because he thought something else was gonna switch in. Probably the Treads. Or he was just trying to get bigger chip on the Feeny. But this was a misplay because Victini really screws the rest of this team. Aggron could be freed up quite a bit if we just remove the Victini. So kind of the fact that we stayed in with Victini, crazy. But the fact that we didn't just click knockoff with the Weavile is also a little bit crazy. We're going to see an Iron Defense with Aggron. Also, something I probably wouldn't have done versus a Buzzwole. Even though the Buzzwole is poisoned, like, I don't really think Aggron's going to beat Buzzwole. So yeah, we're going to switch into Togekiss. Feeney's gonna taunt the Kiss, but we're gonna Ancient Power. We're just going for the Ancient Power boost. Not getting that AP boost. I feel like if this was me, I would have gotten it like twice already. So the fact that he didn't get it is so sad. But yeah, he went for Ancient Power. He does end up getting the boost. So now Treads is gonna come in. Treads might be like Assault Vest. Like, I don't know what this Treads set is. But we air slashed. We don't get the flinch. Treads is gonna knock us out with Iron Head. I think if I was a Togekiss, I would have ran Flamethrower to hit Treads. But I guess if you wanted to go for that flinch, respect, I guess. We're gonna see Aggron come back in on Treads. EQ does 29% because Aggron just doesn't really care about type matchup if you're physical. So Victini's gonna come in on the press. If the Aggron was so real, like, we could have seen, like, an Earthquake there. That would have been awesome. I think it might be, like, Heavy Slam last move, so I think Victini was safe regardless. But, yeah. GG's to both sides. I think they both played pretty well for their first real game. Like, there's some mistakes, but even the best players make mistakes, like that staying in with Weavile, or not clicking knockoff with Weavile. But, yeah, sometimes it's just, you can slow down a little bit and be like, hey, I feel like I'm ahead right now. Let's slow down and make sure I'm not throwing. Making sure, like, oh, do I lose if this is, like, Choice Scarf? Not that Buzzwole is Scarf, because we knew it wasn't Scarf, but, like, you know, just stuff like that. You just want to make sure you don't lose. Make sure you're tracking everything. Like, maybe making sure that the Buzzwole isn't Scarf. Like, you saw Helmet, but, like, sometimes you forget that thing, and, like, you know, it's cool. Next up, we're going to see Heister versus Shine. I almost said generic Zap. I mean, that's their showdown name, but their name is Shine. And Shine is also debuting in SDS, but I believe I played in a league with Shine like 5 years ago. So I know their name. I think they might have been EDC. I don't know. I just know their name from somewhere. And on the other side we have Heister. We know Heister. On Heister's side we have Tornadus Therian, Mega Manectric, Archelodon, Politoed, Tera Floatzel, and Tera Venomoth. Is the Floatzel Tera? I feel like Tera Floatzel plus Tera Venomoth is like way more than 15 points, but that could have just been like the case of me lowering Venomoth so much that I also had forgotten to up its Tera attack, so I guess we'll see. On Shine's side, we have Mega Gallade, Alolan Vulpix, Glamora, Blastoise, Illumise, and Tinglu, who for whatever reason is animated in the black and white style, which is, I guess that's something, but for Tinglu, they're not going to just put its 3D bullcrap there. So we're going to leave Politoed and Illumise. What would have been crazy there is if Politoed raw Weathered Balled and then the Illumise died because it set up Sunny Day. That would have been awesome. Mega Manectric doesn't click Mega for some reason, so this Illumise once again lives when it could have died. It could have died turn 1, could have also died turn 2, but Heister's like, you know what? I like Illumise. Illumise can live another day. We are going to get that Para though, so I guess, yeah, we get that static Para, I suppose. Torn's going to come in on the Stealth Rock. We're going to see Focus Blast miss, unfortunately, and Rock Slide is going to do a lot of damage to that Torn. I think it might be offensive Tinglu. See, I don't do calcs for these battles. I'm just kind of going based on like what I feel. We're going to see Whirlwind. Focus Blast does land on the Tinglu, and yeah, also part of the reason why I think it's offensive Tinglu is I feel like Focus Blast did like way too much to it. That might be crazy to say that a super effective 120 base power move did way too much to a mon that's still in green health. But Tinglu is just that different. Like, it just does not care. Leftovers will heal it afterwards. We're gonna see Tinglu, or Archaladon's gonna come in on that Earthquake. When I was watching this game, I was like, he's gonna Earthquake that Torn, isn't he? And yeah, we caught the Archaladon coming in. I guess that's why you don't fuck around with switching in your Steel type on a Ground type. Like, that wasn't gonna go, like, amazing for you, dude. Venomoth is gonna come in. Quiver Dance, and another reason I think this Tinglu's offensive is because Venomoth just dies. I don't know what Venomoth's defense stat is. I'm sorry that I keep pausing, but I feel like if I have something to say, like, I'm just gonna keep pausing, but I don't know what Venomoth's defense is, or, like, if there's any defensive investment, but Earthquake killing, I thought was kind of crazy. I thought maybe it had a free quiver there, but no, apparently not. Apparently Venomoth just kind of sucks. So yeah, we're gonna see Politoed come in, and Vulpix will come in there. We're gonna see Scald. If I was Heister, like, I know that Vulpix, like, I don't know if I would have prepped for Vulpix, but if he wanted to run Sunny Day, like, I would have ran Weather Ball. Maybe he does have Weather Ball, but I've only seen Scald, so I guess I can't, like, whine about it yet. I want to see Manectric come in on the Veil. Manectric does get Psychic Fangs, by the way. If you had thought that Vulpix was coming to set up screens, this thing gets Psychic Fangs. Just saying. But I don't think I would prep for a low on Vulpix to come. And also, Shine dropped it after this week, so that was all Vulpix is going to do this season, unless someone else wants to pick it up. We're going to see Torn Chi come in on that Rock Slide, so yeah, Heister doesn't predict that very well. We're going to see Politoed come in. Vulpix is dead, and Illumise is really weak, so Politoed can kind of just click buttons. And yeah, Politoed is a eject button, which I think I would have expected on it. So we're going to see Glamora come in on Floatzel. We're going to Wave Crash. Toxic Debris. Oh, you know what? I guess, yeah, we didn't want to stay in turn 1 because we didn't want Illumise to use the eject button, I would think. So I guess that was a decent play, because I think at this point, like, Floatzel, if Veil wasn't up, Floatzel looks really nice. But yeah, we're going to see Blastoise come in. Wave Crash isn't going to knock out Toys. Scald is going to burn Floatzel, which really sucks for Heister there. Well, we also see Rain Dish. That's really cool. Manectric is going to come in. And we're going to see Illumise come in as a sack. And then I believe Tinglu's going to come in. We're going to see Signal Beam. Good bring from Heister to bring Signal Beam for that Tinglu. Awesome. Glade's going to come in. And I think Heiser makes the right play here. He actually volt switches on the Gallade. Does 36%, which isn't a lot. But assuming maybe if Manectric also has Thunder, Politoed would have been able to get sacked. If the Gallade wasn't agility, if it wasn't agility, Manectric maybe could have won if it had Thunder. I don't know if it had Thunder, because what it's Flamethrower, Signal Beam, Volt Switch. It could have been Thunder for all I know. If it was Thunder, I'm pretty sure Manectric won the end game. Because yeah, it lost 14. Yeah, so it would have lived with 2%. So yeah, unfortunate for Heister, but I think he. I don't know. Maybe he played well. I don't know. That Ting Lu is like a little bit too much of a problem for my liking. So now we have Sacred Ash versus John Paul. I was told that this was one of the best games of all time, so let me see. I will be the judge of that. On Sacred Ash's side, we have Tapu Koko, Iron Bundle, Halucha, Tinkaton, Tera, Rhyperior, and Iron Leaves. I almost said Verzion. On Jean Paul's side, we have Latios, Ursaluna Blood Moon, Tentacruel, Heatran, Terrakill, Wattrel, and Ogerpon Wellspring. And the Terras that we're going to see, it's going to be Terra Water Rhyperior and Terra Poison on the Kilowattrel. Terra Poison, ooh, that's a good bring for Coco. Volt Absorb plus Terra Poison is decent. I might have went Terra... Well, Terra Poison at least hits Coco super effectively. Terra Steel... I don't know. I guess you would never know. Coco does get stored power. That's like the one thing I'd be worried about there. So we're going to see Tentacruel lead into Rhyperior, but we're going to switch out because I think maybe we're worried that we would activate a policy if we flip turned. We're going to see an Earthquake into the Ogerpon. Ogerpon's not really going to care about Rhyperior. We see Trailblaze. We're going to see Cudgel. Doesn't do much to Lucha. Dual Wing Beat also doesn't do much back to Ogerpon, surprisingly. It could be maybe like a more defensive Lucha. Or Lucha's, maybe it's just that weak. Yeah, I mean, Brave Bird would have knocked it out. Dual Wing Beat's much weaker. I don't know, you have to find those matchups where you can run Dual Wing Beat. I personally wouldn't really run Dual Wing Beat on Hawlucha. I think Brave Bird is just, like, so much safer. Tingaton's gonna come in. Ooh, Synthesis. That kind of sucks. Yeah, Gigaton doesn't do much. We're gonna Synthesis back up. Yeah, so I'm getting the idea that Sacred Ash doesn't know what to do with that Ogerpon. Play rough. Synthesis, play rough. I mean, why don't you just Trailblaze again? Because now Coco's gonna come in. We're gonna see Iron Leaves switch in now. Quark Drive special defense? Alright, Showdown. I'm opening it on my phone because I have to know. I have to know. I feel like I used to know stats very well, but I don't know, defenses don't really trigger that in me. Iron Leaves' special defense is 108. Okay, so it's his second highest stat, but you still have to invest like a lot for it to go special defense and not attack. Okay, so we got a bulky Iron... What does Iron Leaves get? Does it get Synthesis? No? Horn Leech? It's Mega Horn. What the hell? Giga Drain? It's physical attack. What is this thing using? It can't use Rest in terrain. You know what? Let's see. Let's see what the fuck this thing does. We're gonna see Kilowattrel come in on the Psyblade. And Psyblade does a lot, because we got the terrain up. We live that U-turn. I guess Kilowattrel U-turn would be the U-turn that you live. We're gonna see Psyblade and the Latios. Can Latios even kill you? We're just gonna switch into... Oh, it's Mega Latios. We're just gonna switch into Coco. Earthquake knocks out Coco. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Train's gone. Uh-oh. We're gonna see the freeze dry. Doesn't do that much. Well, I mean, it does half to Tentacool. We're gonna see Mirror Coat. If I was a Tentacool, I might have just clicked Sludge Bomb. Mirror Coat's kind of weird. And I guess that makes sense. We're gonna see Stealth Rock. Rock Slide into the Ogre Pond. Okay, so... Okay. Plays. Synthesis. Ivy Cudgel doesn't knock out. Wow. Must really just be a bulky Iron Leaves. We're gonna see that Trailblaze, though. I don't know. I kind of disagree with the way he's playing. We switch out? Oh, are we scared of... Oh. Are we scared of Scarf Bundle? Wow. Oh man, he should just stayed in with Ogerpon. Man. Oh man. Okay. Rhyperior comes in on Ursaluna. We take that hit decently. Kilowattrel's gonna come in on the Rock Slide. Charty Berry. Okay, so I just watched Kilowattrel eat a hit and it ate a super effective hit. I don't even care that it was Charty Berry. It ate a hit. That said it was super effective. Just saying. Yeah, Lightning Rod lol. Oops. Yeah. Trailblaze, Rhyperior. Solid Rock. Okay. Synthesis. I mean, like, if you're smart, like, why don't you just... Oh, Rhyperior is, like, way... It's a little bit too healthy for you to just Trailblaze again, isn't it? I see. Okay, so we missed Rock Slide. Like, why would that not be, like, the end of the game? How does... What happens? Trailblaze again. I guess you could never be so sure. Bundle? Why protect? Why are you protecting? What? Huh? Oh. It's only Trailblaze. Wait, why is it fucking protect? What? To stall turns? Like, what? I was expecting, like, Hornleech or, like... What? Okay. I mean, Bundle is physically bulky. Wow. Yeah, Bundle just wins now. Freeze Dry gets the KO on Tentacool. Yeah, so that question gets answered. Tentacool died. It was a two-shot. Or a roll two-shot, in a way. Ice Beam. Hydro Pump. Did we have to Hydro Pump this thing, or... Maybe. I feel Blugman's one of those mons where, like... It's so specially frail, but at the same time, I feel like it always, like, lives a hit. Weird mon. Wow. That was crazy. Greatest game of all time? I would say this is the most confusing game of all time. Protect? I don't understand. We're just gonna move on. We're gonna move on to Joey versus Elekid. We're gonna see the Tera Gyarados, which is Tera Flying. Expected, but you know, now that you get Flying Stab, like, go crazy with it. Go, girl. You could use Hurricane too. I'm just saying. We also have Cobalion, gross. Nidoqueen. Okay, I guess I should say I like Cobalion. It's just it's so sad how piss poor it is. We're gonna see Primarina, Roaring Moon, and Deoxys Speed. On Elekid's side, we have Mandibuzz, Tyranitar, Tera Minior, which is Tera Rock. Oh, it shows Tera preview on like before the game starts now. I think it didn't do that before. I feel like I used to have to play like one turn in replays before it did Tera preview. Awesome. I like that. If they changed it, awesome. If it has always been this way and I'm just so stupid, pray for me. It's gonna be Tera Rock on Minior. Okay, cool. Oh, and also we had Spectre, Blaziken, and Palafin. I feel like I forgot to mention those. We're gonna see the Stealth Rock U-turn into Cobalion, 1% Rocky Helmet. Awesome. But we know that it's Rocky Helmet Cobalion. So Cobalion's just gonna Body Press. Crazy. Nidoqueen's gonna come in. Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like Blaziken has like the freest Swords Dance of their life. Oh. Wow. Nidoqueen is fat. Okay, but yeah, we weren't like Life Orb. I feel like Blaziken really needs a Life Orb or just doesn't get kills. The fact that I feel like if I was Joey, I would have been scared that this was Life Orb and it was just about to destroy me. But, hey man, it works. If it works, it works. We're gonna see Palafin come in. It will just get the KO on Nidoqueen. And it'll activate 0 to hero next time. We're gonna see Primarina come in on the Defog Mandibuzz. Ice Beam crit. Ooh, that sucks. Stone Edge into Flip. Okay, why didn't we like Moonblast if we weren't like Specs? That's weird. Because there's just no Moonblast switch in. Like, you're not gonna expect Minior to switch in. Maybe we're not Moonblast. I feel like Moonblast is so... Like, there's just no Moonblast switch in this team. But, you know, it's fine. It's cool. Brick Break Tyranitar. Brick Break is just a weirdly, like... As a coverage move, it just doesn't do enough damage. Like, there's really no point in running Brick Break unless it's to break screens. But I think even then, like, I like Psychic things so much better. So we're gonna see that, oh. This wasn't White Herb, so it just died of Crunch there. I wonder if that was a roll, because this is, like, this Roaring Moon isn't max attack because it's booster speed. Yeah, we didn't have White Herb on our Minior. I think White Herb Minior would have maybe won the game. Yeah, because if Roaring Moon didn't kill with Crunch, then it would have... Then this thing would have been in Meteor form. So I guess Dio Speed would have to have E-Speed, and I'm not sure how much that does. I don't know. Someone will have to let me know. Palafin will stand on that Crunch. We get that minus defense, unfortunately, but Roaring Moon is going to go down to close combat. So we're going to see Gyarados come in. We're just going to Tera and Tera Blast. Raw Tera Blast. Interesting. I probably would have at least stayed Water Flying for that moment. Maybe we're just... Are we like Choice Band? Oh, it's Scarf. Okay, fair enough. That makes sense now. That Scarf Tera Blast just kind of destroys. Awesome. Well, awesome for Joey, not awesome for Elekid, but you know, decent game. Next up we have Yuno versus Toadate. Toadate is also new. Did I miss a new coach? No, John has played here before. Oh, Elekid is a new SDS coach as well. I see, it didn't trigger in my thought because Elekid has been in CLDL for a while. So he's not like a new coach, he's just new for SDS. But welcome to SDS Elekid. Now we have Yuno L versus Toadate. I don't know why I called him Yuno L just now. We have Pult, Amoonguss, Samurai... Okay. No, there's no... Okay, you know what? I know this game doesn't have Tera Preview. Wow, my ADHD is, like, super bad. I'm so sorry. But yeah, we have Samurai Hisui, Mega Diancie, Shitmontop, and fucking Volcarona. On Toadate's side, we have Mega Altaria, Crobat, Volcanion, Torkoal, Slitherwing, and... I almost said Zangoose. Zeraora, and it's Tera Volcanion. So I don't know what the Teras are. I know it's Tera Hitmontop, but they didn't use Tera Preview, so I don't know. And neither of them have asked about Tera Preview, so please in the future, please just use Tera Preview. Please. You see Axel into Crobat. Doesn't knock out the Crobat. Okay, let me read this. Oh, yeah. Toad's like, wait, we forgot to do Tera Preview. And Yuno says, that's a rule? Toad says, yeah. Yuno says, well, my guy's water. Tera Bug Volcanion. Okay. Cool. That's awesome. Alright. I got pinged after this game was played, and I was like, oh no. What happened? Okay, so good vibes here. Good vibes. Eruption. That's a set. We're gonna see Fake Out on a Volcanion. Okay. Earthquake doesn't do too much. Man. I should drive a Volcanion. I totally, like, I would have been, like, weakness policy, freaking flame charge here. Probably not outspeed the Pult. Maybe if I was the Pult player, I'd be outspeeding, like, Scarf Volcanion. You never know. I don't fucking know. I'm just talking out my ass right now, but awesome set if it would have been weakness policy. We're gonna see Altaria switch. Ooh. Oh god. Well, that wasn't great. I can't believe we... Why? Okay, I have to figure out, why did that happen? I feel like I would have just stayed in with Volcanion, but maybe Volcanion needed to do something else here? Maybe it needed to check, like, Samurott? I don't know, at this point Volcanion's like a sack, but... That was an interesting turn, I will say that. First impression into Mungus, we're gonna see Life Orb not do crap. Mungus don't care. We're gonna see a switch into Hitmontop. Flare Blitz crit KOs. I don't know if that crit matters, it might have. Mega Diancie will come in. Moonblast will KO Slitherwing. Zeraora will come in. We see Plasma Fist into a Mungus. Torkoal switch. Sludge doesn't do too much, but we get that poison, so Torkoal is on a timer, unfortunately. Solar Beam didn't do much to that Torkoal. Wait, what? Oh, I had that... I saw the Pult come in. I saw Solar Beam, I was like, oh, it's Solar Beam Pult. And then I was like, wait, Solar Beam Pult? I click on it, I was like, Shadow Ball, huh? No, it's fucking Solar Beam Torkoal. Duh. He was probably predicting Diancie to come in. We see knockoff onto the Colbird. That kind of sucks. Draco doesn't do much, though. But yeah, Zera is one of those mons, like, most of its viability comes from being faster than Pult, I feel. We're getting some of that leftovers chip heal. Bulk up on a Mungus at 30%. That's crazy. Slush Bomb just KO. Oops. Flamethrower that knocks out a Mungus. Diancie's gonna come in. I was gonna say there's no point in doing Tera Bug there. Bug is a weird Tera to bring into a Diancie. I won't complain about this. Maybe it wasn't a good game. It was an interesting game. I will say that. Predicting Volcanion to switch and clicking Axel on a fire water type into the dragon flying type that came in, that was crazy. Awesome play. Next up we have me versus Brundon. This is Brundon's draft debut. Did I say that this was Toad 8? I keep forgetting, but this is also Toad 8's SDS debut. They've played draft before, and actually I'm in, we are Mario Kart Wii CTGP track council members. So, we got that Mario Kart Wii. We got that Funky Kong blood in us. Yeah, so we got Brundon, who's also making their SDS debut, as well as their draft debut as a whole. He does have Elika helping him, so we'll be seeing some prep that Elekid most likely did. I already know what he did, but you'll see. So on my side, I have Garchomp, Mega Lopunny, Greninja. You never thought that King Waka would be on the same side as a Greninja, who is also male and not shiny, by the way, because I will never. This will always be male, not shiny. I'm just saying. If you want to cute charm me, go ahead, but I'm not telling you if I'm Battle Bomb Greninja. Um, so we have Corviknight, Pheasantipity, and Tera Armors. At least Armors got to be a female on this team. Terrifier Armarouge. Brundon's gonna have Landers, Kyurem, Urshifu, Single Strike, Terra Fairy, Registeel, Mega Beedrill, and Iron Boulder. Wow, this video is long. I still have 3 games to watch. I'm super excited that I get to watch these games finally. This is probably the most excited I've been to do a recap I've had in a long time. Also, that English made no sense, but yeah. So I'm gonna lead Queefunny. All of my mons have the word Queef in it. I will just call them by their normal names for the sake of the video. Brunnen will send out his Registeel. No nicknames, no nicknames. Okay. So he's gonna Tera Fairy. I'm gonna Fake Out. And our first bit of Elekid tech is that the Registeel is Covert Cloak. Because Brunnen probably doesn't know what a fucking Covert Cloak is. He wouldn't have. Now he does. And this is how you beat Mega Lopunny. Also, he should have Body Pressed, but it's fine. Body Press didn't KO me, but it'll matter for later on. So I'm going to bring in Armarouge. Body Press doesn't do too much to Armarouge, but I am weak armor. Not weakness policy, but weak armor. I'm going to Tera Fire, Armor Cannon. Doesn't knock out the Registeel, which really sucks because I also had Overheat on my set. And I will say that, Brendan, I had Overheat on my set. That Registeel could have been dead. But I chose to spare you so that you could T-Wave me. But he's going to have to let something die because Armarouge has no switch-ins. So yeah, he lets Registeel go down. I think Registeel is like the mon I was the most worried about in prep. He's going to bring in Iron Boulder. I thought about staying in and clicking Armor Cannon because this shit did like 65% to Iron Boulder. By the way, Iron Boulder has like hella SPDF. So the fact that I do like 70% is crazy, but it's Armor Cannon, Tera Fire on Armarouge, so fair enough. He is Quark Speed, obviously. So I'm gonna bring in my Garchomp as these Swords Dances. If I had stayed in and if I got like full para, that like it just would have been really bad for me, so I had to go hard Garchomp here. He will Zen Headbutt, which hits my Rocky Helmet and my Rough Skin, and then Earthquake kills. So if he had any like bulk investment, it allowed for I think Earthquake. What am I saying? I believe Rough Skin Helmet was the difference for Earthquake killing this thing. Maybe? I don't know. Because it's a bulky chomp. So we're gonna see Kyurem comes in on Garchomp, which is really telling that it's Scarf. He's gonna Freeze Dry, and he's gonna freeze me. Yay! Freeze! Lando's gonna come in on my Frozen Pheasantipity. So I'm gonna bring in Corv. As he clicks Gravity, this is another Elekid tech for sure. Like, Brundon, I know that you do not know what the fuck Gravity is, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna switch in Greninja on EQ. That was a really bad play on me because I think I could have died. Like, I could have just died there and I could have probably just lost the game, like, on the spot. But yeah, I'm gonna Surf into his Urshifu. I should have probably known he's gonna switch, but better safe than sorry. He's gonna Aqua Jet. He is Protective Pads. And also, I forgot to outspeed the Shifu with Garchomp. I was outspeeding Kyurem. So, he kind of got away with not getting chipped down, which kind of sucked for me. I was kind of out today playing Pokemon Go. I guess it's my excuse, because I did think about switching my EVs when I got home. When I got home, I was like, Brundon, let's just go. Let's just play right now. So I forgot to make my Garchomp like a teeny weeny bit faster, which might have saved me a couple differential in the future, but it's fine. Lopunny's going to come in. He's not going to switch out, but I know that he's not Cloak because he's Protective Pads, and I also know that the Kyurem is Scarf. So fake out Lopunny is really free, and also I believe I know that the Landorus isn't helmet. Actually, I don't know what the fuck the Landorus is. So he's gonna Fell Stinger. Really cool bring on Beedrill, but Beedrill is very hard-walled by Corv. I believe he really wanted to delete Corv with Landorus, but um, knowing that Beedrill was around, like I really needed to keep Corv around, and also because of Scarf Kyurem, and my Kyurem check got frozen by Kyurem. Balanced Pokemon, by the way. I really needed to keep Corv like healthy in this game. So Gren's gonna Surf. Oh, I do know the item on Lando. It's Passion. So Gren doesn't do anything, you know, as Gren does. Nothing. I'm gonna bring in Lopunny. I'm gonna click Triple Axle. I could have clicked Fake Out, but I think getting more chip, like if you wanted to go Kyurem, I think getting more chip on Kyurem was gonna go the longer way if it needed to. So yeah, Landers is gonna go down. Beedrill's gonna come in now. As I go Corv. Corv is just always the switch into Beedrill. Because Fez will wall Kyurem for days. So I'm gonna bring in Fez as he Ice Beams. Yeah, he has no reason to freeze dry. So he's gonna bring in Beedrill now. Still frozen solid. Drill Run doesn't work on me. Brick Break will do not that much. I will U-turn into Pheasantipity. I thought maybe he'd U-turn into Kyurem, but Corv's health doesn't really matter too much. So now he's gonna hard switch. I guess he wants to keep Beedrill like a little bit healthy. Little does he know though that Lopunny also has quick attack if I need it. So I'm gonna bring in Armarouge on the Kyurem, because if I don't get paralyzed, something dies. Beedrill ends up dying. And here I think I could have stayed in, but it was really risky for me because if I got paralyzed once, then it could have been really bad if I just got paralyzed one time. With minus defense, that is. Because obviously, if you locked in Earth Power, then Corv just wins the end game there. So yeah, Fez stays frozen the entire game. Just to unthaw, do 6% with Quick Attack and die. Thank you, Pheasantipity. My bitch. Ice Beam, yeah, that did 30%. So if I was at minus defense, Ice Beam would have two-shot me. So I really, like, switching was my best play. But being frozen did lose me some differential. And I think being slower than Urshifu also lost me some differential there. Especially because I was going to get up a Spike with Chomp. And the Spike would have went a long way in chipping down Beedrill and Kyurem at the end there. But decent game for Brundon, his first game. I feel like he played better than like some experienced players do. So nothing to complain about there. Honestly, a really good game. Next up we have Sagex versus La. La is also a new drafter. So this is his first draft ever. Fletch and Brew, by the way. Sagex is also new in SDS, but I believe they have quite a bit of draft experience, so welcome, both of you, to SDS. Thank you for playing. And now we have Skyman, Terapagos, Pechacunt, Fortress. Well, not Fortress. I was gonna say Ferrothorn, and then Fortress came out of my mouth. Ferrothorn, Swampert, and Sylveon. On the other side, we have Darkrai, Flygon, Tera, Comfey, Latias, Manaphy, and Fletchinder. That's also Tera Swampert, I believe. So we're going to see Tera Steel Swampert and Tera Fairy Comfey. Now, did La, like... Is it just Tera Fairy Comfey to be Tera Fairy Comfey, or did, like, he just forget about Tera? I don't know. Questions are asked, but they might not be answered. So we're going to see Swampert lead into Manaphy. And we're going to Tera Steel because, yeah, we're very scared of, I think we would have been scared of Giga Drain there. Knockoff kills Latias. Crazy. Might be an offensive Swampert. I don't know, crit kind of ruined things there. See an air slash and Terapus. Air slash is interesting. Bring agility. Okay. Tera Starstorm just knocks it out. Okay, so we're like Specs Terapagos there. Okay. Light Screen into Tera Starstorm. Okay, so we end up tanking. We're gonna go Petrarunt on the U-turn. Light Screen is a good bring. Not even like having both screens, but just Light Screen into Sakex's team is like pretty good. Petrarunt will Dark Nightshade? Huh? Life Orb Nightshade. Okay. Speaking of which, I might bring back Heat of the Week for the season. If you win Heat of the Week, or well, if you get enough points, then you will get Heat points, I guess. I don't know. I might make that a poll if people are interested in that, because I'm seeing some really interesting sets, but a lot of them aren't working. um, Nightshade. I was not Blizzard. Okay, I wasn't paying attention to this dark. I haven't really been paying attention that much. Oh, and the game's over. Oops. Energy Ball is a good bring over Seed Flare because Seed Flare is gonna miss. Yeah. Cool. We got our first 6-0 of the season. Sorry to La. Maybe next time. I honestly think that the Comfy with light screen was good prep. But Fletchinder is just not a Pokemon. Like, I'm sorry, it doesn't do anything. Lastly, we have the Danley versus Troy. We're gonna see Chi-Yu, Sneasler, Tera Vikavolt, Hatterene, Zygarde, and Rillaboom. On Troy's side, we're gonna have Terrakion, Clefable, Pelipper, Kingdra, Tera Kingdra, Zapdos, the Mamoswine. It's gonna be Tera Water, Kingdra, and it's gonna be Tera Water Vikavolt. Okay, fair. Bring Water versus the Water team. We're gonna get up Sticky Web. Size Shock Clefable is very interesting, I will say. So he's bringing the Sneasler. Protect on the Fake Out. Not normal design. It was just Fake Out Sneasler. And we protected on Sneasler. Interesting. We're gonna Wish on the Discharge. Cliff just doesn't really care about these. Volt Switch. Mamoswine can't touch this thing. We're gonna see Knockoff, or you're just gonna see a Terra Blast here. Yeah, Mano's gonna go down. Miss her, but he forgot to run Drizzle. That's so funny. He forgot Drizzle on this Pelipper. Oh my god, dude. He's gonna. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna see Kingdra come in on Zygarde. Zygarde doesn't care, it's arrows. That might honestly be choice by Zygarde. Zygarde is super weak. We're gonna see Ice Beam. Life Orb Kingdra, okay. Woodhammer? No, we're just clicking Glide. If I was the Danley, if I had Woodhammer, I would have just smashed Woodhammer there, because Glide then would have killed Zapdos. I don't know your set, though, but Woodhammer would have claimed the KO. I'm guessing maybe he wasn't Woodhammer. I feel like I draft Rillaboom, and I don't run Woodhammer, but every other time I see Rillaboom, I'm just like, just click Woodhammer, bro. Just click Woodhammer. Maybe it's just like the way I play now. Like, maybe I should draft Rillaboom again and just see what happens. Oh, it's Dragon Dance. Arrows just did nothing. Ice Beam in the Yachi. No freeze. Okay. Clef will come back in. Webs are up. Oh, there's also Reflect. We're gonna switch out. I guess we just want to preserve that differential, huh? Wisp. Wisp Chiyu. You know what? You expected Terakin to come in. Respect. Respect. Sunny day. Eh? Why did that do nothing? I feel like Clef like shouldn't have eaten that very well. It's almost like Chi's Beads of Ruin like didn't work. We're gonna see Hattering come in? Okay. Megahorn. Hat don't care. Megahorn again. Does Fairy resist? Oh my god. Troy. Troy, oh my god. Psychic noise. I don't really see why we didn't just like Draining Kiss again there, to be fair. Thunder. Knocks out that. Yeah, like, why didn't you Draining Kiss? You would have gotten the 6-0 there, dude. Why didn't you do that? Silly. Land of Thunder. Para? No para. You get the 5-0. I think you easily could have 6-0'd there with just clicking Draining Kiss, but I guess if you didn't want to. Oh no, because it was fucking Pressure Zapdos. You forgot to change abilities there. Troy, please change your abilities. I was just gonna say, at least this would have been Swift Swim if you forgot. This would have been Oblivious, like, I guess that's fine. You probably want Thick Fat. I don't even know if Mamo takes a hit from Chiyu anyways, but yeah. That is all the games today. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna see what I think might have been Heat. Electivire. At least Electivire killed the Thundurus. Togekiss also got an Ancient Power boost. Kind of like it didn't really do anything with the Ancient Power boost, but I think so far Electivire gets something if I end up doing like Heat of the Week. Polito, Futsal, Archaludon, Venomoth. Nothing cool here. Usually I see something cool from Heister. This is boring. Signal Beam's a good bring on Manectric, but that was just for Tinglu, to be honest. Bringing Vulpix at all is like really cool. Illumise. I think I would have used to think Illumise would have been like a cool bring. I think Illumise is lame. I'm just so used to seeing Illumise, like it doesn't phase me anymore if I think something cool's on it. Really like Mirror Coat Tentacruel, interesting. It didn't do anything. Terra Blast. Choice Scarf Gyarados is a good bring. I don't really see that. It might be a normal set for Gyarados at this point if it's Terra Gyarados, but I might give it a point. If we keep seeing this set though, then it'll stop getting like rewarded for it. No, nothing like interesting. What about Toadette? Terabug. That might get like half a point just for bringing Terabug on it. Also Eruption Torkoal is like a weird bring. I don't think I brought anything cool. Like Specs Terrifier Armors is like a random battle set. It was really fun to like calc with and like play with though. All that matters is that you have fun. I feel like this team just has like no fun potential. This set was so awful. Like, I mean, it did nothing. It did absolutely nothing. Why did it have Life Orb Nightshade? Good bring on the Comfy. So do Latias, okay. Sunny Day Chiyu is really cool. This is a weird Clef set. Why does it not touch Chiyu at all? Like, that's so weird. Like, Chiyu can just sit there. I've faced... It's funny. I guess I've probably faced mons like this before. Like, I think a Slowking with just a Psychic move and T-Wave, and I had a Crocodile, like, I could just always go Crocodile and a Slow King, and it's just funny. Um, yeah, a Chiyu's a cool set. Electivire at least killed something. Yeah, I might start tracking stuff like next week, maybe, or maybe I'll do it this week and just reward someone. But I don't know. Let me know if you guys are interested in me tracking like Heat of the Week again. Maybe if I get like enough reacts for it, then I'll track it. And yeah, with that said, I'm almost an hour into this video. Let's look at the stats. We'll look at the standings. But okay, sure. So we got Sagex on top, and we also have Dedanley, Jamesy, Yuno, Joey, Wacka, Shine, and Sacred Ash, all with a win. It goes down from there. We had every single differential possible, except for 0-0, I guess. But we've had a 6-0, 5-0, 4-0, 3-0, 2-0, and a 1-0. Our kill leaderboard, we got 5 kills for Bundle, 4 for Wellspring. Our top Tera captain currently is Armor Rouge, which, by the way, got all 3 of its kills while paralyzed. Mega Manectric got 3 kills as well. We like seeing Mega Manectric getting some love. Mega Diancie needs to go down. So does Victini. Screw that thing. Tera Gyarados is up here. So yeah, it's I think right now it's just Gyarados and Armor Rouge's Tera captains on top. Mega Manectric is clearly like the best low tier right now. If we go down, we have Tera Vikavolt at 14th. Tera Blastoise is at 16th. It didn't Tera. Cobalion, I guess, did decent. Then from there, it's just like a bunch of mons with 1 kills, like Fultzo, Evire, Amoonguss, Garchomp, Hat. So yeah, good week for everybody. Next week is week 2. Do I see any interesting matchups? Who's... Okay. I think I see anything like Game of the Week worthy, but you never know. This was a really good week in terms of games, in my opinion. So yeah, we'll see as we go on what happens. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. Thank you for watching.